shit.
Hey everybody, it's Benny One, and I'm back at you with another Star Trek movie review, everybody. And we're moving on to Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, everybody. This movie came out in 1986, everybody. And this is known as the Star Trek movie where they go back in time to rescue two humpback whales, everybody, to save the day. As usual, because that's always what they're doing in these movies. So this is directed by Leonard Nimoy again. And I gotta say, you know what? He directed two pretty entertaining Star Trek movies. This one is a really good movie. I enjoy this movie. It's a lot of fun. That's a perfect way to describe this Star Trek movie. It's just a lot of fun. Our crew of the Enterprise just gets sent on this fun adventure back in 1986, and it's just a whole lot of fun, everybody. So our cast is back, of course. We have Kirk, we have Spock, we have McCoy, we have Uhura, we have Scotty, we have Chekhov, we have Sulu. They're all back in the movie, of course, and they're all great, everybody. Catherine Hicks, she plays Dr. Gillian Taylor, everybody. She is the character that's back in 1986 that they get to really interact with and spend a lot of time with in the movie. So yeah, and the score in this movie is done by Leonard Rosenman, and he does a pretty decent job. I like the score in this movie. So it's a different person doing the music from the previous two movies, but I think he does a pretty good job keeping in tune with what the previous composer did. So yeah, this movie is just a whole lot of fun. Like I said, this adventure that the crew of the Enterprise gets to go on is just, it's a lot of fun. It's entertaining. This is probably the most fun, entertaining, like make you laugh Star Trek movie that they've ever done. I would say that this movie is probably the most open Star Trek movie for like just your average movie watcher to enjoy and go watch and not have to be this massive Star Trek fan to enjoy. So, because you had the two previous movies that dealt with a lot of death and loss and just very just gloom and doom type stuff throughout the entire movie until the end, where finally after those two movies we get to see them just go on this adventure and have fun. Like, and it was a nice change of pace. It really, really was. So I enjoyed that it was a more lighthearted adventure. And the 1986 setting, people, the 1986 setting, oh my God, does it make for some great fish out of water moments. Like, oh my God, each member of the cast like gets to have this funny, silly moment where they're a fish out of water because they're from the future and they have no freaking idea what is going on at all. They don't know how to, like, money. They don't know the value of money because in the future with Starfleet and everything and on Earth, currency is gone. Like, money is not a thing. People have access to pretty much, not everything, but they have access to food and clothes, and I mean, they got replicators and shit. So, but yeah, so it's funny. Scotty has a really funny part in the movie where he literally picks up, I'm pretty sure it's the mouse or something to the computer, and he starts talking to it like, computer, computer, and then...
You're joking.
Perhaps the professor could use your computer.
Please.
Computer? Computer? Ah. Hello, computer.
Just use the keyboard.
The keyboard. How quaint.
And it's not working, of course. So, like, it's that kind of shit, like, fish out of water type stuff. Like, it's just, it really makes for some great moments. And each cast member actually, unlike a lot of these other movies, like, even the characters like Sulu and Chekhov and Uhura, like, they all get a moment to shine in this movie because they all have something to do, and they actually spend screen time with each character in this movie, and they all have their own little fish out of water moment that's funny in the movie. It's good stuff. And the whole point of the movie is for them to go back in time and get these two humpback whales, because in their current time in the future, there's this probe, this alien probe thing that is literally just like a round cylinder thing that's black, and it has this beam down with this ball, and it's making this weird screeching noise and everything, and it's knocking all the power out. It makes the whole entire Earth become covered in clouds and storms, so they're going into survival mode. And the crew of the Enterprise, which is on a bird of prey, the Klingon ship that was in the search for Spock, they figure out that the noise that probe is making is actually the same noise that whales made from underwater. So they realize that whales are extinct in the future, which is kind of crazy. That's where they get the idea to go back in time. And the special effects in this movie, I honestly think maybe are the best, maybe the second best in any of the Star Trek, well, these first 6 set original cast Star Trek movies, because I think the 6th movie has pretty damn good special effects. So, but yeah, watching them shoot around the sun and time travel and shit, it's pretty good shit for 1986. Like, I do think the special effects look pretty damn good. But yeah, the whole point of them is to go back in time and get these two humpback whales and bring them to the future and put them in the ocean right there in San Francisco to get this probe to go away. So, because it's not going to go away because there's no whales to talk to. So, it's a pretty simple premise. But at its heart, still, with the movie being funny and a fish out of water type story, time travel movie, adventure, sci-fi, space, like, at its heart, it's just the crew of the Enterprise going on a mission, going on an adventure to get some humpback whales to save the freaking day. And you know what? It's just a fun movie. The movie is so much fun. Like, I honestly think when I tell people if they want to get introduced to Star Trek, I usually say watch the 2009 reboot movie. I honestly think you could put this one right next to it. This is just a fun-ass Star Trek movie. It's just a fun movie in general. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Like, it's pretty damn good. Very good. It's very rewatchable too. So a 9 out of 10 for Star Trek: The Voyage Home, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Thanks for watching. And I'll be catching you on the tube laters, because I have spoken.